Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Alan, and today here on Amazon I'm going to be reviewing the new Focusrite Scarlett 4i4 third generation audio interface. So I actually got this for Christmas, and right now it is January 30th of 2020 that I'm filming this. So I've been using this pretty much nonstop for about a month. I feel like I can give a pretty thorough review about it, and of course you can use this audio interface for a lot of different things. I'm using it mainly for like music production and also recording audio for YouTube videos. So it's really versatile, and I've been super happy with it, so I wanted to go ahead and share a review about kind of my experience with it. And I'll be talking about the build quality, the features, also the included software. So I'll try to do a well-rounded video here, and I'll put timestamps each one of those sections if you guys do want to jump around. Let's go ahead and jump into the review. And let's talk just briefly about the build quality. Guys, the build quality is really good. I really don't have any issues with it at all. Like, it feels very solid. The casing is made out of metal, so that's always nice. The two gain knobs on here are made out of plastic, but the monitor knob and then also the headphone output control are both metal. And then on the bottom of the audio interface, we have these little rubber feet on here that keep it from sliding around very much, so that's really cool. I also really just kind of like the overall aesthetic of it. Like, it looks really clean since it doesn't have nearly as many switches on it like the other second generation did. Here's what the Scarlett 2i2 used to look like, had all these switches on it, and it was a really good audio interface, but this one I do like a little bit better. Alright, that's it for the build quality. And let's talk about the features of the 4i4. So it really has a bunch of them. On the front here we have two XLR and 1/4 inch combo jacks, so that just means you can plug either a microphone or an instrument cable into these, and you don't have to switch between the two, so the interface is automatically going to recognize what's plugged into it. Then here we have two gain knobs, one for channel 1, one for channel 2, and the interface does have 56 decibels of gain, so that's a little bit more than the previous generation, and it actually has enough gain to push the Shure SM7B to a reasonable level. I still think with the cloud lifter you'll end up getting a little bit better results, but it does work. I've been using the Shure SM7B without a cloud lifter through this entire video, so it gives you an idea of what it sounds like. Then also the pad and air settings on here, we'll talk about those a little bit more during the software section of the video. And then we also have 48 volt phantom power. And then down here we have a MIDI light that's going to turn on anytime MIDI signal is being received. And then of course here we have the monitor level control, so you can turn that up or down, and then your headphone level control. Then on the back we have the security slot, so if you are using this in like a public place or something, like say you're purchasing it for like a school lab or something, you might want that just to keep it from getting stolen. Then you have USB Type-C, and then that's going to plug into USB Type-A that would plug into your computer. And then we have the MIDI in and out. And then we also have 4 line outputs on the back, so you could plug in more monitors if you want. And then we also have 2 more line inputs on the back, so you could plug in like a synth or basically any type of line level source. Alright, that's it for the features. So the 4i4 comes with new software called Focusrite Control. You'll notice there are hardly any switches on the audio interface itself, so pretty much everything is done through software. So we're just going to really briefly go over this. And we have here just line and instrument, so if you have a microphone plugged in, then the line's going to light up. If you plug in an instrument with a 1/4 inch cable, the instrument's going to light up. Here we have the air setting. If I hit this, it's going to add a little more clarity to my sound. So there, I turned that on. It's supposed to emulate an older sounding Focusrite preamp, I believe. And I've been leaving it off, but I don't know, maybe you prefer the way it sounds with or without it. That's up to you. Then we have pad. This lowers our input by 10 decibels. So if, say, you're recording something really loud, you could hit this, and it's going to really cut the volume way down. So I don't know, maybe you need that if you're recording like bagpipes or really loud drums or something. If you need it, it's cool that it's there. Then briefly to talk about the output settings. Here we can control the level that's going to our monitors. Here we can control the level that is going to our headphones, and also outputs 3 and 4. And here we have a loopback function. I've been hearing some other people talk about this. This isn't really something that I've been using yet, but say you had a podcast and you want to be able to like have phone calls come into your podcast and that audio go into your DAW, you can use that there. So that's really cool. And then over here, of course, we can control the levels just on our physical inputs on the front, 1 and 2. And then here we can control the level of our DAW playback, so our software. Alright, real quick, just to talk about the included software that you get with this. You do get Ableton Live Lite, you get Pro Tools First, and you get free 3-month Splice sound subscription with new Splice accounts, Focusrite Red 2 and 3 plugin suite. You get a choice of 1 of 4 XLN audio addictive keys, virtual instruments, Softube time and tone bundle, and also access to Focusrite plugin collective. That is it for the software. And we're going to go ahead and do some sound tests, and I'm going to let you guys hear an instrumental track that I created. And I got inspiration for this track from a Paul Davids YouTube video called Turn Those Same Old Chords Into Something Beautiful. And Paul Davids has a really cool guitar channel, so if you're a guitarist always looking for inspiration and motivation, I highly recommend you check out his channel. So that was what inspired me to make this track. And everything that I recorded was using the Scarlett 4i4 audio interface, and then I also used Pro Tools First, which is one of the free softwares that you get included. So everything was recorded using that, and keep in mind I'm not an audio engineer or a professional music producer or anything like that. I'm just kind of very much like a beginner, kind of amateur in this kind of stuff, but I do really enjoy it a lot. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy this track. Well, thank you guys so much for listening to that track. Hopefully that just gives you like a rough idea of what you can do with this thing, and that really just barely even scratches the surface. That was me just kind of playing around with this thing for about an hour. So really the limit on what you can do with this is just going to be your creativity, so you can do a lot with it. I can highly recommend it. I've been using this a lot for YouTube videos, and of course also just kind of recording music for fun, like I said at the beginning of the video. And I do think for the price it is really packed with features, and I can easily recommend it to you guys. This is the best generation of the Scarlett interface so far, so definitely check it out if you're interested. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.
So I've been using this Focusrite for a couple years now, and I have to say it is really just great. I have it hooked up to a AT2020, and I do have to say that is an excellent combo if you're going to go for that. And I use a software called Voicemeeter Potato. You could also use Voicemeeter Banana, but I would really highly recommend to use a software when you're using this. It's great overall. I love being able to adjust what I need to be able to turn myself off, mute myself, do whatever is needed right here while I'm playing here. So it's just something that I can use if you're streaming or if you're just hanging out with your friends and you need to mute yourself or do anything like that, or just your game. It's just great. I love this. I love this condenser. I love this microphone. It's a great setup. I highly recommend it.
चिपचिपा जैसा एक साउंड आता है, जैसे ये जो साउंड है बहुत ज़्यादा हाईलाइट होने लग जाता है या हाईलाइट होने लग जाती है, तो आपको वो दिक्कत होती है। और ना कर लीजिए, आप रिकॉर्डिंग करते हो तब भी आपको तो उसका सॉल्यूशन आपको मिल नहीं पाता है। एक बार ऐसा हुआ था कि अब जैसे शायद आपके साथ हुआ भी हो, जाता है कि आप मान लो कोई रिकॉर्डिंग।
So, Leute, also wie jeder, wo sich dieses Interface zulegen will, ich kann es nur an Herz legen, also ich bin damit sehr zufrieden. Am Anfang gab es halt natürlich damit Probleme, dass das Synchronbalken hier von Streamlabs mit dem Lautstärkeregler hier nicht genau synchron war. Also wenn ich jetzt hier auf diesen roten Bereich war, weil ich da drüben nämlich, also auf meinem Interface-Bereich hier, bei Mix-Ausgabe, bei meiner Stream-Ausgabe, immer im grünen Bereich nämlich gewesen. Und es war ein technisches Problem. Das heißt nämlich, Amazon kann, der Hersteller hier kann dafür nichts nämlich, sondern es war ein Update-technische Sache gewesen.
Testing, testing.